Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20 and I'm in my 1.1 test world here doing a new mod spotlight. I checked out this mod on the forums and it looked really neat, so I downloaded it to check it out and decided, yeah, I definitely need to do a mod spotlight for this thing. It is very cool. This is the Dust mod. It's a little bit different from the mods I typically use, but I wanted to show it to you guys because it looks like it's pretty in-depth, a pretty nice job done by the mod author, and it looks like it's a pretty early version of this mod. There's a lot of stuff in it already, and it sounds like he has a lot of stuff planned in the future. So why don't I get started showing you guys what the Dust mod is all about. Alright, so the Dust mod. This mod comes with 4 types of dust that you can craft. Your first dust is plant runic dust, and this is basically a piece of coal with 2 types of plant material will get you 4 pieces of plant runic dust. So you can see you can use leaves and saplings and all different kinds of stuff, cactus, so pretty much any plant material almost will get you the plant runic dust. 4 pieces of that. The next one is Gunpowder runic dust, which is a piece of gunpowder and 2 plant runic dust. So this is like an upgrade to the plant dust. Gunpowder, there you go. Lapis runic dust is a piece of coal with 3 lapis, nice and easy. And blaze runic dust is 2 of that lapis runic dust and a piece of blaze. So the blaze runic dust is kind of an upgrade to the lapis, and the gunpowder runic dust is an upgrade to the plant. Pretty cool. Now these dusts here are used to create runes, and you do this by going over to the ground here and just kind of clicking on a block, and you'll notice that you can kind of click about 4 blocks by 4 blocks, and you can see, if you're really in-depth and accurate about it, that you can pretty much craft with like 16 of these little things inside a block. So you can see there's a lot you can put down. And you can craft these little runes that have different cool special effects. If you wanted to, you could just use this for like decorating and stuff, but those of you familiar with Direwolf's videos knows he's not really good with decorating, but these do have some cool effects. To activate these neat effects, you're going to need yourself a Runic Tome, which is simply any piece of dust with a book. So you can see you can craft it with anything you want. And the Runic Tome is how you activate your runes. So let's take a basic rune, for example, here. I'm going to place 4 dust like this and activate this guy with a Runic Tome. Ta-da! It created a torch. Very basic, just creates a torch. That's all it does. But it's cool nonetheless. Let's check out another neat looking rune. Alright, I'm just finishing up this next rune that I want to show you guys, and I want you all to know that you right click to place down your dust, and you left click to pick it back up. And if you have a bunch of dusts down, you can either click once to pick up just 1 dust, or hold click to pick up all the dusts that are there. So I got this neat little rune set up. I'm just going to dig right down here. You need 1 little empty block in the middle here, and then if we right click, you can see it create a little lightning bolt and dug straight down. How cool was that? Definitely cool. And you'll also note that as soon as I activated the rune, it turned the dust gray, meaning the runic dust has been used up. Now let's try this with some blaze dust real quick. Let's see what happens when we do that. So I just did the same rune with blaze dust, which is a higher tier of this dust, and let's see what happens now. I want to get this rain off in the desert, and right click this guy. Whoa, much deeper. Get it? So the gist here is that the higher tier dust you get, right now I'm at Y64, and if I hop over here, I'm at, whoa, way far down there, Y24. So the stronger the dust, the more powerful the effect of the rune. So those were 2 of the many, 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 many runes available in this game, and you might be saying to yourself, Direwolf, how am I going to remember all these runes that I got to craft on the ground? Literally, there's like dozens of the things already. That's why he crafted this Runic Lexicon, which is made with a Runic Tome, some plant runic dust in the corners, and some wooden planks. This guy is cool. You just place him down on the ground, and when you're a step further away from him, the book's closed, but if you get a little bit closer, the book opens up. Now, the opening page here tells you about meets, drops, and variable. That tells you that's kind of like an index or a table of contents type deal. It's showing you like what the different icons represent. So when you see this, you have to use meet. And when you use this, you have to use drops. And when you see this guy, it's a variable runic color. So let's take a look at the first rune. That's that square one right there that crafted the torch for us. So again, if I crafted this guy just like so, I think I need to do this, and this, and hit it with the Runic Lexicon. Ta-da! How cool is that? You can left-click your page here to turn to the next one, and you can see here's another rune. Let's check this guy out. But this time, instead of going ahead and just crafting it on the ground manually, which of course I could keep doing if I wanted to. By the way, I'm curious. Let's see what happens when we do 4 of these guys. Do I get more than 1 torch? No, I guess I just get the 1. But what I can do now is, instead of manually crafting the runes, which works great by the way, if you just take a single piece of paper here and right-click on the book, ta-da! It turns that piece of paper into a scroll. And what the scroll does is you can see that right now it's telling you can use any colored dust for this scroll. So let's go ahead and take care of placing down this rune right here on the ground. If I just right-click with the scroll, you can see it automatically placed the dust, but the dust is a purple color. What that means is it's variable dust. Basically, you can use any dust that you have available to you and replace the dust in the rune. So just right-click it, and once you have the proper dust placed down, you can right-click your thing. So let's see what the healing rune does. So I've gone ahead and gotten some damage on myself, and I'm just going to right-click this rune. Hey, check that out. I got healed up nice and quick. Nice. That's because I used a pretty high-tier dust. But all that little healing just took care of me nice and lickety-split. And you can see I've got that nifty little regeneration effect going on too. Yep, there you go. Regeneration's running. Sweet. Let's open our book and left-click to check out another rune. Oh, that's the one we just saw right over there, so that's cool. Let's see what else we've got in here. Now this rune's a little bit different. What's that all about? What's this 2x iron thing? Well, here's the deal. You ready? Let's take a look at how this rune works by grabbing first a piece of paper and clicking on this guy, right-clicking. So what this is telling you is that you need green dust on the outside, definitely, and in the middle you need something green or higher. And you need 2 iron bars here, these guys, as a sacrifice. So what's a sacrifice all about? Well, let me explain that to you. Just going to get myself more dust here to make sure I've got what I need. I don't know if this will work in the desert or not, but let's try it. Place that down, looking good, and I'm going to go ahead and use just some gunpowder. That looks good. So gunpowder dust right there. Now, if I try to activate this guy, it didn't work. Fail. How did I fail, or why did I fail, you're asking? Because I needed a sacrifice of 2 iron in order for this rune to work. So let's go get another one of these cool thingies. Right-click down here. Replace it with gunpowder again. There we go. And drop down 2 pieces of iron. Now, if I right-click it, it's going to go ahead and work. Now, that didn't work here in the desert, so let me go ahead and do this out in a grass field. So I'm just going to step through into a nice green open field here, and let's try this out. I'm going to place down my little rune. Sweet. And what I can do now is replace the purple rune stuff with gunpowder yet again, and sacrifice 2 iron, don't forget. Right-click this guy. And this is the farmer's rune, and what it does is it places down some water in the middle and some dirt all around with some wheat. Sweet. That is cool. Here's a neat rune. Let's check this one out. I'm going to place this on the ground here. You can see it requires some green and blue and some variable. I'm going to go with the top tier just to show you the most powerful version of this rune. And I'm going to need some sugar as indicated right here. I need 8 sugar. So let's grab some of that. And just throw it right on the rune. Now the nice thing about this, by the way, is when you put this stuff on this rune, it's gonna make it a little bit less easy for you to pick it up off the rune. You really have to get like right on top of it to pick it up. It kind of shortens your distance. Now if I activate this guy, whoosh, look at that neat little effect going on there. And if I check, I've got a speed buff for about 3 minutes and 40 seconds. So this is just me running at a nice fast speed here, not using any quantum power or anything like that. So neat little buff right there like that. Alright, so let's check out another nifty little rune here. You can see if I right click on this guy here and go place him down in the world. Let's try right over here, why not? It's another one that's variable. I'm going to go with a medium. I'm going to go with this lapis dust. And keep in mind, I'm not showing all the mods here. Now when I right click that, it activates, and then I back away and see how it turns blue? This is a trap rune, and there's several trap runes out there available. There's a poison trap, and this one happens to be a fire trap, and when it's blue, it means the trap is armed, and when any entity, be it a player or an enemy, gets nearby, kaboom! Big fire explosion. Now that was the blue one. If you went with an orange dust rune, it would be a lot more powerful. Let's flip through our book here and find another rune to check out. Alright guys, here's another nifty little rune, and I'm just showing you a couple of the examples as I mentioned. I'm going to go ahead and give this guy red. There you go. And if we check the recipe on this guy, you'll note that I need either a stone sword or a stone pickaxe and 8 pieces of meat. So let's do the pickaxe first. Drop that guy on, and then my 8 pieces of meat. There we go. And we can right click this guy. How cool is that effect? And it creates this neat little pickaxe called a spirit pickaxe. Let's go check out what this does. If I run down over here to a nice little cave that I've got set up and ready, and just right click on the wall, you'll note that it mines out a big chunk of stuff. Look at that. Cool. And the Spirit Sword, just take my word for it, has a strong knockback effect. I think it's a knockback effect of 10, which just sends enemies flying. And I think it also has got Spite 5 on it. Here's another cool one. This is the Obelisk. Let's check this guy out. Ta-da! That was close. I believe this only works with plant dust. So let's do something like this. And if you hold right click, it makes it a lot easier to put down your dust. Let's give this a guy. And you need 16 of this cobblestone here as a sacrifice. And let's see what kind of luck we get. What that's doing is actually creating a 16 block high obelisk straight up out of the ground using the items or the blocks that were below the rune that I just created. So once this is done, I'll dig down and show you guys that we are in fact digging up underneath here. See? So that was pretty neat. Next up is a pretty similar rune to the last one. You can see you need some plant and some gunpowder dust, but this guy does not need a sacrifice. Let's place him down and see how he works. Right click on this guy and I'll also show you the standing on it. We'll lift up with any players or animals on top. It just does a 5x6 wall. So it lifted up from below again and pulled up 5x6. Pretty cool. This next rune is also a really neat one. It's called the Resurrection Rune. Let's run over here and check it out real fast. I'm going to place it right here. Now let me go ahead and replace it with some dust. There we go. I decided to go with blue lapis dust. This is called the Resurrection Rune, and all you have to do is give it 8 of any mob's drops. So you can go with bones or zombie flesh, activate it here, and it will resurrect that enemy. So I gave it ender pearls, and I got an enderman, and he just teleported away because it's daytime. But, oh, there he is. Hey, buddy. I know, you're running from me. I would be running from me, too. What's up, man? So that is pretty cool. Oh, there's just too many cool runes here. I'm running out of time to show you all these things. But why don't I place this thing down here? Oh, I need some more dust. So let's just get myself a few more of these. There we go, looking good. And what this one is called the Caged Rune, and it needs 6 iron bars as a sacrifice. And when I activate this guy, it's another one of those traps, but check out what this does when it's activated. See the little blue symbol there shows it's active. When I walk up and get close to it, boom, it puts a trap around me. Iron bars. How cool is that? That is just neat. And it'll do the same thing for enemies, of course, so you can trap enemies inside your iron bar trap. I think that's so cool. Let's check out this rune. This is a neat looking one. Let's try it out right over here. I'm going to place it down. This is called the Fire Rain Rune. Oh yeah, look at that. It's raining flaming arrows. How cool is that? And it's a pretty large area of effect, as you can see. Now, if you don't like the rune continuing to run for its duration, I think you can just break the rune like that, and it'll stop it early. Otherwise, it'll last for a little while. But, dude, that is a really long range area of effect, isn't it? Yeah, dude, okay, that's just crazy long range. Nice. That is cool. Here's another cool rune. Let's check this guy out. I'm going to go ahead and run over here, place down right here a piece of cobble, and then on top of my cobble, I'm going to plant my teleportation rune. What do you think this is going to do? Probably pretty easy to determine, but I'm going to go over here and place down a piece of cobble and my teleportation rune. Not enough dust. I'm going to need more of this stuff, I think. And more of this stuff. There we go. Sweet. Now I'm going to need an ender pearl as a sacrifice. Drop that guy on the ground, and then activate him. Ta-da! And what you'll notice is, if I go ahead and run over to this guy, get myself another ender pearl, and activate him, ta-da! Now we've got two teleportation runes that are linked. They're linked because the block underneath this front block, the cobblestone, has them linked. Cobblestone is matched here to cobblestone over here. And if I had created another teleportation rune with, let's say smooth stone underneath, that would be another set of teleporters. And all I gotta do is walk right up to it, and boom, I'm teleported. And you'll notice that the little effect is now red, meaning it's on a cooldown. I think it has about a 1 minute cooldown, or no, just a few seconds. So doesn't take long for it to reset. But yeah, that's a pretty neat effect there. Oof, teleported. Nice. Now another rune that I've gotten set up ahead of time here is called the Sarlacc Room. And what you have to do is get enemies over by it. So I just picked one up with my portal gun, and let's see if I can get this guy to work. You can see by putting the enemy on there, it just put a whole bunch of EXP on the ground for me. This is a pretty neat looking rune, and you can see the cool special effects going with it. So I think this is a good wrapping up point for this mod spotlight. I haven't even scratched the surface, really. I think there's probably like twice as many runes, maybe 3 times more than I was able to show you guys in today's spotlight here. This is the last page of the book, and if I left click here, it'll flip all the way back to the beginning. Just look how many runes are in there. Yep, so now we're back at the first page and going back to the last page. Like, there's tons, right? And there's all kinds of different effects. There's enchants, there's stuff like I showed you, traps, all kinds of crazy neat things. So this is Direwolf 20 signing off on the Dust mod. Hope you guys enjoyed it. It's worth checking out. It's really pretty cool, all the different things you can do. And even if you don't want to use the dusts for their special abilities, you could even just get it for some decorating, because like I said, you can make some pretty neat designs with them. So hope you guys enjoyed this mod spotlight. Take it easy.